New York, what have you done? Only looking out for number one. Caught you in the back with Washington, cooking up a deal to make some gold. It was your country that was bought and sold. This story is just too old. New York, you're laying low as Washington keeps your status quo. Miss California runs the show, keeping your brothers in a can and never knowing that their world's a sham. I think it's high time that we took a stand and break down the wall, set the people free. Break down the wall between you and me. If we can't stand together, then we're nothing at all. So let's all help each other and take down the wall. When you're number one and feeling fine, it's easy to forget about the 90 and 9. When did you decide to leave us behind? You traded your brother for a dollar bill and your sister for a house on the hill. You used them as the run in your mill. Blinded by wealth and fueled with greed, you disregarded other people's need. And though you pay our cries no heed, we're getting closer to breaking down the barriers you set all around. We're gonna take off your crown when we break down the wall, set the people free. Break down the wall between you and me. If we don't stand together, then we're nothing at all. So let's all help each other and take down the wall. It'll take some time, everything is gonna be just fine, but you gotta start the change in your mind. You can't stay the same and suddenly expect to see a change. Everybody's gotta play a part and an open mind. Well, that's a running start. Revolution is starting now. Love and compassion are what it's about. And though you might not yet see how, our message is sounding loud and clear. We're gonna make some changes here, but problems don't just disappear. Get up, put on your marching shoes. Don't you see we've got everything to lose? The time has come for you to choose to put it in the history books, the way we overturn these crooks. A little passion was all it took to break down the wall, set the people free. Break down the wall between you and me. If we don't stand together, then we're nothing at all. So let's all help each other and take down the wall. Yeah, take down the wall like it used to be. Break down the wall between you and me. If we can't love each other, then there's nothing left to say. So let's break down the wall, yeah, break it today.
Hey, it's Noel in Salt Lake City broadcasting Songs for the Revolution. In solidarity with the occupation of Wall Street, I'm doing my best here in Salt Lake to raise awareness of the current state of our nation and promote this wonderful cause. If you're curious about this movement, you can go to the New York City General Assembly's website at nyc.ga.cc and read the official declaration of the occupation of New York City, and see other live documents regarding the movement and its purpose. You can also visit OccupyWallStreet.org to see updates of the protests in New York. What do you do for a living? And when you do it, are you really living? We have been tricked. We have been conned by the biggest empire in history, the corporate empire. I've read that over $620 billion is spent annually on marketing and advertising, which makes that the biggest psychological endeavor in all of human history and the most lucrative. Somebody is making bank off of your life. We are slaves to the corporate occupation of America. We've been employed as tools in a trickle-up system where we busy ourselves with mindless labor to make money for our bosses, who make money for their bosses, who make money for their bosses, and so on and so on. And the people at the top sip champagne, eat caviar, and laugh at how stupid we are for doing all their work for them. Millions and millions of people working their days away and scraping just enough to get by, then at night going to bed just happy enough to take a break from the senseless drudgery of everyday toil. And all for what? The honest answer is for our bosses. They've scared us into working jobs that we hate for the money we hate even more. But we don't even get to enjoy the fruits of our labors. It all goes back to the top. They've tricked us into believing that if we work hard enough, we will work our way to the top. But you won't, because they've rigged the system. They've bought the whole thing out. They've bought the schools, they've bought the land, they've bought the news, and they've even bought the laws by the people you think that you elected, when really the only people that make it to any public office of any apparently real power are the ones who got there with corporate sponsorship. If you don't believe me, do a little research. But you probably won't, and most people don't because they're too distracted. Too busy with television, too busy with the internet, too busy with work, or because they want to buy a new house, or a new television, or a new computer, or a new phone, or a new car, or a new house, or they're struggling to put food on the table, struggling to pay their mortgage, struggling to put their kids through college so that they can get a good job and have it just a little bit better than their old man did. So you're too busy to notice, too busy to look around and realize what has been done to each and every one of us. So you just turn on the tube and accept that that's the way it is. That's your job. And it will be, until we do something about it. But we're too scared to get up and change something. Scared of unemployment, scared of the law, scared of getting locked up for being a radical or a revolutionary. But you're only scared because you're only scared because you think you're alone. And you're not. You're part of the 99.999999% that has been exploited, abused, and cheated of their lives. You have allies, and if we stand together, we can do something about it. We can change it. The truth is, they are scared of us, because as big as their prisons are, they can't lock all of us up. But right now, they don't have to, because we're already prisoners of a wall of our own fears and expectations. But that's one wall we can easily navigate around, because that wall doesn't exist. We put it there, and we can break it down. That's my message for today, and once again I urge you to go to those websites I mentioned earlier. Mainstream media coverage has been minimal and often misleading, and if you really want to know what the movement is about, go to the source. In the meantime, remember that you are the revolution. The revolution is love. Spread the love, spread the word, and keep your chin up. There's more to come.